Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? What is today? Happy Thursday. Are you guys having a good day today? Happy Thursday. It is let's do a little time and temperature check really quickly. So it is currently 10:42 p.m. and let's see what the temperature is. The temperature right now is currently 78 degrees and mostly cloudy in Mexico, because we're in Mexico. Welcome to the birthday trip in Mexico. We are back in Mexico. Oh my God, today has been the craziest day. So you always know that I'm gonna surprise you. I'm just gonna pop up and we're somewhere. We're in Miami. Well, we were in Miami earlier today. We're in Miami, we're in Dallas, we're in Chicago, we're in New York, we're in Mexico. We're all over the place. So anyway, this has been a trip that we have had planned since the last day of our trip here last time. So we always try to plan a trip on our last day of vacation. We're like, okay, what's our next trip gonna be? Like today when we were when we got here and we were eating lunch, we were already talking about okay, what's our next trip gonna do? Are we gonna do something for our anniversary? Are we gonna go to San Diego? Are we maybe thinking about Europe? So we have some friends of ours that invited us to a trip in Europe. So we're there's all different kinds of options. What are we gonna do for New Year's if we do anything? So anyway, we always kind of well, I would say tentatively plan, on our last day vacation. Okay, we're okay, this is when we get back, we're gonna book this. So when we were here last time, so in March, and then we came back, I think on the 1st of April, we went to Miami for Ultra Music Festival, and then we came down to Mexico. And so on our last day of our trip, Alex was like, do you want to come back down here for your birthday? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was like, because last year we came down here for my birthday. So we usually our birthdays are a week apart. So his was last Saturday, mine is this Sunday, the 29th. So for our birthday trips, we usually come down here or we go somewhere, and then we alternate years. So last year, since it was 40th, it was around his birthday. And so this year we're coming around, but we celebrate both. It's our birthday trip together. It's something that we give to each other every year for our birthdays. So very, very fun, very exciting. I'll be honest with you, and I'll get to this in just a second. So yesterday, so I always have to kind of keep it under wraps a little bit, because people are like, why don't you always let us know? Because I have hinted at reasons why in the past. We won't get into that today. I'm in a great mood. But anyway, so yesterday, yeah, I ran around with Caroline and stuff like that. I got back later than I wanted to. And so I really wanted to film videos for my channel yesterday. And then I also wanted to pre-film videos for my channel that I could post today. Because before I go on vacation, I like to pre-film videos for the day that we're getting here, which was today, and post them on all my channels just to let people know that if I'm on vacation, wherever we are, that I might not be filming for a couple days or whatever. My vlog. So I was thinking about this today, because you guys know welcome to the vacation vlogs. I always do vacation vlogs. I love them. They're fun for me. In all honesty, two vlog types that I go back and I watch on occasion are the vacation vlogs, to kind of just remember certain pieces of vacations and certain things I talked about. I love to go back and look at the vacation vlogs. So for me, it's kind of a visual scrapbook, so to speak, of our vacations. But the other thing I love to do is, and not just on the vlog channel, but on the channels, is go back and watch videos that I did with the dogs. Right after Boo passed away, I really couldn't do it, but a couple months later, I had done some very specific videos with just Boo Radley after Tucker and PP were gone. And so it was really helpful to me to go back and watch some of those videos. In my Peterisms videos before Tucker passed away, he was always right next to me, and he would right before I would get off the Peterisms video, he would bark at the very end. And it's one of these fond memories I have. And if you've been around for a long time, you know that PP, our flying Chihuahua, that Alex brought into this relationship, and he and I became just the best of friends. He was in all of my videos when I first started. I mean, Boo and Tucker didn't really want to sit in a chair and be in a video, but PP would always sit right next to me. And so I love to go back and watch those videos. I mean, it's one thing to see pictures, it's one thing to have videos in your phone, but it's another thing to just see his little face, and Boo Radley's as he comes up into the camera and stuff, and Tucker rolling around in the background. I used to do the Bark Box unboxings, and Tucker loved those. So anyway, I love to do the vacation vlogs. So I will be continuing to do the vlogs while I'm on vacation. if you're new to the vacation vlog, so every time I go on vacation, I usually vlog at the end of the day. So they get up later than usual because, well, I might try, like, when we come back from the pool or the beach, and then, like, before we take a nap, I might try to vlog it in between there, but it just kind of depends. The next couple days, it's supposed to rain down here, and then, like, early part of next week. So we're going to be down here about a week. So the early part of next week is supposed to be really sunny. So if it's raining, I brought my workout clothes. Alex did too. So, we've never used the gym here before. I think I used it maybe like one time. We've never used it here before today. So I was asking all these questions. I was like, okay, so they're like, you can go in at 24 hours a day. You just have to, like, after like a certain time, you have to like ask the concierge for a key and stuff like that. So, I brought my shoes, I brought my workout, like my compression shorts and stuff. So I'm gonna walk. Alex is gonna like walk on the treadmill. We're gonna go down. If it rains, we're gonna do that. So, we have some places we wanna go around here as well, like off the property and stuff. So anyway, if it's like raining and whatever, then I might just film a vlog in the middle of the day. So I'm actually, like, if you watch my vacation vlogs, you know this is kind of earlier than I usually vlog, because usually I don't vlog until like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and the vlog is up at like 3 o'clock. This time on vacation, we usually go to dinner at 9 o'clock, and tonight it was funny because Alex was like, I want to do dinner earlier, I want to do it like at 8 o'clock, which is still so late for a lot of people, but we usually think that like 9 o'clock is the last reservation, but when we were here last time, there were people that were having dinner at 10 o'clock. So I think 10 o'clock is the last reservation. That's kind of late, even for us. So he moved them all to like 8 o'clock for our reservations. So when we were at dinner tonight, first of all, I got very little sleep yesterday, very little sleep the day before. Well, I got 1 hour of sleep last night. So I was exhausted by the time we took a nap. Both of us, we shut the blackout curtains in the room. I mean, we were out. And when the alarm went off, I was like, oh my God, I could sleep through the night. But we were both hungry, and so we wanted to go and eat and stuff like that. So we had the Italian restaurant tonight. It was really good. I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, I was so tired. We sat down, and they're like, okay, like, you know, what drinks are you in? Blah, blah, blah. They brought us water. Alex had a glass of wine and a Coke, and because we were both so tired. And I was like, do you guys have coffee? He was like, we have espresso. I was like, perfect. So he brought me an espresso. And then by the second espresso, Alex was like, which I had over like about a 45-minute period of time. Alex is like, I was telling all these stories. And I was like, oh. There are all these stories that I'd kind of gotten into in my drama video the other day, because I was talking about like high school stories with my friends. I was talking about my friends getting busted on this moped, and so I was telling him that tonight. He's like, I think you told me that story before. And then I was telling him like other stories about that friend group and stuff. So anyway, so this friend of mine, this is what kind of got me down memory lane. So in my drama video the other day, I don't usually talk about names of people from like my past that like I hung around with and stuff like that. I just, you know, I've always kind of tried to be like protective of everybody in my life, because if I mention somebody on here within 20 seconds, people have Google searched them and looked up everything about them, who they're married to, where they work, and all that kind of stuff. So I've tried to always be protective of the people, like especially people that like I don't really see anymore. But the other day I was like, these are stories in my life, like, you know, like there's no reason to keep these stories. And so, especially like I think I've talked about him before in here and said his name, but like my friend Duke, he passed away when I was like 28. And he was like one of my dearest friends. And so in my drama video the other day, I was talking about, like I was singing the song If by Janet Jackson, and I was talking about how I had seen Coco do it like on this Kalani Productions video at like Miss Gay US of A or something like that. And so I was talking about how back in the day, I was really, really good friends. Like one of my very, very dear friends and Duke's friend, we were all like, there was like a group of like 5 guys that hung out with Austria, who was like in Indianapolis. She was like this huge drag queen, and she moved to Nashville. And I think she might be back in Indianapolis, my friend said. So I don't know, I haven't seen her in years. But anyway, so my friend reached out to me, and I didn't even know he watched my videos. This is like this was one of the first people I ever met going out to a gay bar. And like, I had a crush on him like years and years and years ago. He had a boyfriend, and then I had a boyfriend and whatever, but we've just been like friends through all these years, like kept in touch and whatever. And it's interesting because, so I said to him, I said something about, well, here, so he messaged me and he said, okay, so our reception is, okay, I have to tell you right now. So I'm not getting, hold on a second. How do I do this? You have to constantly sign in and out of the Wi-Fi in here because it constantly goes out. Okay, hold on, let me sign into the Wi-Fi and let me see if I can get this. Okay, so you know we have like a VPN, right? And if you don't know what a VPN is, it's basically where, well, it protects your information, but also, I think this is not a VPN sponsorship. I did one years and years and years ago, and that's actually not the VPN that we use. But anyway, but you can also like, if you want to watch like the housewives of like other countries and things like that, the Real Housewives, like you can get shows in other countries that you can't get in the United States. And when you're in Mexico, like, or in other countries, you can't get like access to a lot of TV stations. Mexico specifically, you can't. So like Netflix down here, like it won't even, like it'll show up, but like you can't play anything. So we learned this like 2 times ago, and like our VPN wasn't working then, and so we got this new VPN, and the last time it was fine. The majority of the time. This time, guys, I feel so bad. So I just prepare for it now, and I just download a shit ton of it. Sorry, a poop cruise, a poop ton of, like, I think I downloaded like 8 movies, like 10 TV shows, 30 episodes of Love After Lockup. I mean, I could be on vacation for 2 months. I would have enough, and still would have more TV shows to watch. Alex downloaded like 2 shows and a movie because he was like, oh no, I know I can get Peacock in Mexico, so I'll be able to watch Love Island while I'm down there. It's on every night except for Wednesday. So we get down here, and he was like, oh, I checked at the airport, and it like pulled up, so it's fine. Well, when you go in, okay, here, so here's Peacock, okay, so when you go in, and you can see Love Island is the first thing right here. So it'll show you Love Island, okay, like we both watch on our iPads, but it'll show you Love Island, it'll show you the episodes, but then when you go to play the episode, this is what happens, okay, you cannot play it. Our VPN is not working, and we do not know why. So Alex has been trying to figure it out. I said, just buy another VPN. And he was like, well, it's like, I mean, it's not that expensive. But anyway, he's like, just buy another VPN. I said, just buy another VPN. Because he's like texting his friends, like, and they're telling him what happened. He's like, don't tell me what happened on the show. I don't want to know, and blah, 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 whatever. And I feel so bad for him. He's like in there right now. I can see him. He's laying on the bed on his iPad, and he's trying to figure this all out. I feel so bad for him because he's so excited just to be on vacation. So this time, we're doing it a little bit different. You know, I've kind of mellowed through the years a little bit. Like, he usually works a lot on vacation, and he definitely, like, works on the plane and stuff like that. Like, he's off until we get back. Like, no work, no phone calls, like, no work phone calls, unless, like, an absolute emergency happens. And so, because he's doing that, I was like, you know what, like, back in the day, I used to, like, pre-film videos. I don't even know, like, this is kind of something, like, I've never, so I've never really on YouTube wanted to come across and be like, oh, it's like a job and whatever, because it doesn't feel like a job, because I just love doing this, right? But I think if behind the scenes, sometimes you saw, like, I mean, this is not, like, it's, first of all, I have the most blessed job in the entire world, but let's just say, like, back in the day when I would go on vacation, this is years ago, and I haven't done this in a couple years, but if you remember, if you watched me, like, 2016 to 2000 and, like, probably 19, 20, I would literally, if we were going on vacation, I would film a Peterisms video for every day that we were gone. I would film a review video for every day that we were gone. I would film, I don't even know what other channels I had back then. I think I just had those 4. I don't think Peter does stuff. I don't know. Anyway, but I would pre-film videos for all of my channels. Literally like 7 videos for 7 days that we were gone. And then the drama video, I would pre-film a video for the day that we were leaving. And then on the trip, I would pre-film like a Q&A with he and I, or a Q&A by myself to post on the day that I was coming back, so that I had videos going up every single day. Because I'm such a, like, back in the day, I was like, you have to post every single day, you have to post every single day. I'm not such a believer in that anymore. The vlog, I will always post every day. Unless, I was gonna say, this trip I might take like a day or 2 off or whatever. When we come back, like, I think, oh, maybe we get back early, I don't remember. But anyway, depending on what time we get back in Indianapolis, like that day, I might or might not vlog. But throughout the trip, I'm planning on vlogging the whole time. So anyway, it was a couple trips ago, because I always, to this day, like even on this trip, like I literally, like, piece of paper, and then I put like Friday, and then I put vlog, drama, and I put a piece of paper for every day that I'm gonna be gone, and like, I plan out what videos I'm gonna pre-film. Well, it was like last week, and I was like, if you're gonna start pre-filming these videos, you need to start doing it, because, so if I'm gonna, somebody said something to me, like a lot of people were suggesting, I was talking about taking a weekend off, and people were like, and I appreciate the suggestions, and you guys, it was great. It's, in all honesty, it's nothing that I haven't thought of before, but people were like, well, why don't you just make like a certain day, like, where you like pre-film videos for that day? I've talked about doing that in the past, On a good day, I film between 5 and 7 videos, okay? Some of those videos are like 40 minutes to an hour long. So you're talking 2 hours I'm sitting talking to a camera. And then let's say if the other 2 to 3 videos, well, I mean, and not counting the vlog, which is usually an hour to an hour and a half. So you're talking 3 hours of sitting and talking in front of a camera. First of all, I think like for people that are watching it, it's gotta be a little bit of overkill. Kind of like, okay, I like Peter, I don't like Peter this much. You know what I mean? And so when I'm posting that much, but then to post, like, let's say on a good day, like 4 to 5 videos a day, and then like pre-film 2 videos for each day on the weekend, that's a lot. I mean, you guys, that's a lot of talking in one day. By the end of the day, I sometimes have lost my voice. It's one of the reasons why, like, I save the walk for the end of the night, because it's so relaxing for me just to like turn it all off and not have to talk to anybody, and just because, I mean, I love to talk, obviously. But anyway, when we get back, I am kind of thinking about like pre-filming some videos for Saturday and Sunday, because I talked about that like a year ago, and some people mentioned it again. I was like, yeah, why don't I do it? To pre-film like a Peterisms video or like a review video, like that would be easy to do. The problem with the drama videos is, like, unless I do like a Q&A or something like that, it's hard to pre-film a drama video, because like the drama videos I typically like, unless it's like a true crime or something like that, I could do that maybe and do the true crime on the weekends. But like usually like the videos are like something pops off and then you make the video that day or the next day, right? So it's hard to pre-film it. And the vlogs, well, I'll never pre-film the vlogs, because I have once or twice when we were on a vacation. But anyway, so, but you know, I really, this time, I wanted to pre-film a lot of videos, especially for my TV channel, because I'd watched so many shows, and I wanted to do like The Waterfront, I wanted to do Department Q, and I wanted to do all this kind of stuff. And honestly, I didn't get to it. So I might do a couple down here, depending on like the weather. But I kind of made a decision a couple days ago. I was like, I am not, because I always totally stress myself out before vacation. I'm like, okay, gotta do the bird feeders, gotta water the ferns, gotta check in with the neighbors, make sure everybody knows where we're gone, where we are, that we're gone. And then, you know, Laura's gonna come over and she's gonna water the ferns and take care of the bird feeders, and on and on and on, right? And so, it's like a lot to get like ready, if that makes sense, for me, because I don't drive anymore. So I'm kind of like relying on people, like with Caroline, you know, can you take me here, can you take me there, and whatever. And actually by Wednesday of this week, like Alex had taken me to run some errands last weekend and stuff that I needed to do, like just getting some cash and stuff like that. And then the other day when Laura and I were running around, she took me some places too. So that was really, really helpful. So Caroline and I we had to go to the post office and then got coffee, and then I went to Costco with her and a couple other things. But it was fun just to see Caroline. She's watching Poop Cruise tonight. She texted me and she was like, I love this, because when I would go on vacation back in the day, like the first phone call that I would make would be my mom. I'd always be like, we landed, or, you know, I landed or whatever. And she'd be like, oh, I miss you, you know, whatever. And so, but then when my mom passed away, like I always check in with my dad and my stepmom, but there weren't really like people that like I checked in on, you know what I mean? Or checked in with like while I was on vacation. And so now, so Alex's mom stopped by last night. Like Alex was getting ready to get in the shower. It was like 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. And I was like in the kitchen and I was like cleaning stuff up. That's the other thing. So the sheets have to be changed. The bed has to be made. The dishes have to be done and put away. All the laundry has to be done and put away. The house has to be spotless before we leave, so that when we come back in, because I want a spotless house. We've been staying in a hotel room for a week. I want to come back to like a really nice, like, is anybody else like that? Oh my God, I loved all the comments from people last night that were like, I'm exactly like Caroline. I cannot have appliances on the counter. Is that like a thing? Like, that has never bothered me to have appliances on the counter. But apparently that's kind of a thing. When I said it to Caroline, Caroline's like, none of my friends have appliances on the counter. Is that like I did not know that was like a thing. But anyway, well, y'all normalized it for me. We don't have enough space to get the appliances off the counter. So anyway, I'm like standing in the kitchen. Well, I had like been in the living room and I was like closing down my computer and stuff like that. So that's the other thing. So like I have to get like all the videos uploaded, scheduled to post, and then the vlog rendered, uploaded to go up before I can close down my computer to pack my computer up, because it goes into my like carry-on, and I have to do that before I can pack everything else. So I cannot pack until every video is posted. I know it sounds like I do this all to myself, and 100% I do. I was telling Tanya last night, I was like, listen, I get to go on this amazing trip. Like, I'm not like gonna get into the weeds about all this kind of stuff and complain about it, because it's just, you know, I feel so blessed to be able to do all this. But anyway, I mean, I do it to myself. I've done it, you know, like, ever since, honestly, like, I was, like, in junior high, and I would go on, like, a lot of vacations with my dad and my stepmom. I can remember always, like, I've always kept a list. I call it a trip list. And it's like, do this, do that, do this, you know? And I cross each thing off. And honestly, I cannot really relax until I get to the airport, and it's like I don't really have control over like, oh, did you forget this, or did you forget to do that, whatever, you know, like Laura and my neighbors across the street, my neighbors next door, they all have keys to our condos. We all have keys to each other's condos. So if something happens, like I can just have one of them go inside. They're all keeping a watch on our condo anyway. So, so now like if I get to the airport, then I'm kind of like, well, I can't really do anything about, if I forgot something, I'll get it when I'm there or whatever, you know? So anyway, but it was about 3 trips ago, I just was like, I'm not doing this. In all honesty, I don't think people really care that much. Like if I take some time, I mean, you guys are always so nice. You're like, Peter, just take time off. Don't vlog while you're gone. I love the vlog. And I love making the other videos, but I also don't, it's like I love the videos, but I also don't want to sit in a hotel room for 4 hours and film. Does that make sense? Okay. So, I mean, even people that love whatever they do, whether it's making movies or practicing law or whatever, like go on vacation and don't do those things, but probably feel pulled to it a little bit. You know what I mean? And I think it's hard in doing what I do because it just fits so naturally. Like we'll get up and Alex will be like, are you gonna film a video today? And he's like, I'll go get a coffee or whatever while you're filming a video. It's real easy. I mean, who can say they get to travel and work well? You know what I mean? You guys give me that, and I am so incredibly grateful for that. So thank you so much. But about 3 trips ago, I don't actually remember what trip it was. Maybe it was for his birthday last year. I was like manically trying to get all these videos done. I was like, it's just not possible. There's just no way I'm gonna be able to do this. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not gonna stress myself out about it anymore. I don't think anybody cares. They can wait till I'm back and they'll tell me. Because you guys always say, I was like, is it raining? It's been raining today a lot here. And people are always like, Peter, just take the time off. So I was like, if the people that watch my videos don't care and they're encouraging me to take time off, why am I stressing myself out filming these videos? So, but I did have this list of all these videos I wanted to pre-film. So a couple days ago, I was like looking at the list and I just kind of felt this anxiety and I was like, don't. Like just pre-film videos for Thursday. Because I like to pre-film videos for the day that we're leaving because there's a lot of people that watch my booktube videos and my vlog, but they don't watch ever my drama channel. Or a lot of people just watch my TV channel now or my review channel. They don't watch any of my other channels. So I like to announce that I'm going to be gone on each of my channels and just say, hey, I might film while I'm gone. But because I don't want anybody to ever worry about me. And so I just like to do that video and kind of turn it into a fun video as well so that people can be like, hey, like, where's Peter? Oh, like, this is his last video he posted. He said he's going out of town. So that's the reason why I really pre-film the videos. Today is just, and I always will do that. I will always, before we go on vacation, like, do a video on each channel announcing it. I mean, maybe not always, but at least on a couple channels I will. But yesterday, actually, when I got home from Caroline, I just kind of like bumped those videos out. It didn't take me that long to do, and I had such a fun time doing it, and I was so excited about the trip. So then I'm downloading shows, and I'm doing all this kind of stuff. Alex has his bags packed and everything in the car by like 8:39. He's taking a shower, he's going to bed, right? I'm like downstairs, like still putting my carry-on together. I haven't even packed my main bag yet, right? Which I packed so smart this time. So I'm very proud of myself. So anyway, and I really wanted to walk last night too. I wanted to like get everything done early and I wanted to walk. That did not happen. So, but anyway, as far as parking smart, let me tell you what I did this time. So I had a list on my phone. List, right? Not the trip list, I have that one, but I also had like a packing list. Alex does this and I don't do this. So I was like, how many swimsuits do I need for each? You know, like I don't bring a swimsuit for every day. So how many dinners do we have? How many outfits do I need to bring? And then the thing is, like, if I go to the pool and I wear a t-shirt to the pool, because I brought like so many lounge shorts just for the room and then like lounge t-shirts. But then I always bring so many t-shirts and like a pair of jeans, but I don't ever end up wearing a pair of jeans because it's like hot as hell and humid down here. Which, by the way, I left the camera out here for like a half an hour before I came out here so that it wouldn't like be all cloudy and stuff. So I just packed very smart. The other thing is that like Alex is usually in charge of like the sunscreen and whatever, and then they have lotion and shampoo in the hotel rooms. I am not somebody, very, very rarely, like, do I love the hotel room lotion and shampoo. And if I like it that much, then I end up wanting to buy it. Like Malin and Getz is like one of the brands that they have in hotels a lot that I love. But if it's just like the hotel brand, I don't love it. And down here, honestly, the shampoo and the conditioner and the lotion is rather weak. And then they give you like a bar of soap, and I use like a bar of soap and body wash. They give you like this small bar of soap, and it's like, it's really hard to get more bars of soaps. I was like, I'm gonna bring down the things. So I brought several different kinds of sunscreen, and then I brought After Sun lotion by Sunbum. And then I brought 2 of the Native full body deodorant sprays that I absolutely love. And then I brought down the Sol de Janeiro lotion, and it was like all this stuff. Like, I brought like a lot of books down here because I want to read the whole time I'm down here. It was like, instead of bringing all these clothes and shoes that I never end up wearing because I wear the same thing almost every single day, just all we do down here is go to the pool and go to dinner and take a nap. You know, it's like, I don't need all this stuff. So I like cut my clothes in half, and then I ended up bringing like lotions that I love, body wash that I love. I brought my shampoo and conditioner down here, the Hims brand, because I love that brand. And so, oh, Alex is turning it on right now. I brought a different fan today. So the fan that we keep in like the closet for downstairs in the living room is like this little fan. It's like this vintage fan that his friend had in Miami years ago. And so it's not the exact fan. Her fan was like a teal green. And so I ended up looking online and buying that brand of fan, but it's like this big. Well, the other night I was like, the blue fan is the fan that I bring on every vacation. The travel, please do not recommend a travel fan to me. I have tried so many travel fans, and all of them are like, they put out like this much air. And there's no sound to them at all. I mean, like, worst case scenario, like if the electricity goes off and I can plug it into a USB like battery charger, I'll use it because it's something. But I want like the full experience on vacation. So the blue fan is okay. It puts off noise, which is not bad. But the air is just, and first of all, you can't tilt it or anything because it just, so you have to like put it up on a table and then it falls over. So anyway, so I was thinking the other night, I was like, I think this fan in the living room is not that much bigger than the blue fan. It's like thicker, it's like wider because it's like wire, you know? So I brought it up. It fits better in my carry-on. So the fan that we have is like twice as powerful, baby, as the blue fan. I got me a new travel fan. I'm so excited about it. So anyway, so yeah, so I like brought my fan. I brought like 4 books. The books I brought, so I went through, honestly, probably 18 or 20 books. It was I was like, do I want to read Joan Didion down here? Do I want to read this? Whatever. Well, I haven't finished Clowns in the Cornfield yet. And I bought the second and the third. I think, did I buy the third one? I know I bought the second one. So I have the second one. And I was like, I'm really loving it. It's just with all the books that I'm reading, I'm like really slow on it. So I'm like a third of the way through it. So I was like, and I didn't want to bring a book that I'm like a third of the way through because I'll finish it down here and then it's like I lugged that book all the way down here. I was like, I don't care. So I brought Clown in the Cornfield 1, book 1, Clown in the Cornfield book 2. I brought this book that I can't remember the author's name, but he stopped writing years ago, but it's called They All Disappear. It's a thriller. And then I brought down this book that actually I was telling Alex a story about it. I read it on a trip with my dad when I was like in high school. And it's called Back on Tuesday. I think it's by David Gilmour. And it's about this guy that like he and his ex have gone through, they have a daughter, and like he takes her to Jamaica. And then it's like a week of him just like it's like down memory lane, and he's drinking the whole time. I loved this book when I was in high school, and I wanted to read it ever since. I actually showed it in my last video that I did, well, not my last one, but where I talked about all the books that I pulled for summer. I showed it in there. I think it came out like in 1985 or 86. So I was like, when I was like looking through it to bring it down here, I just threw it in my bag at the very last minute. I was like, just take this. You've always wanted to read this like on a tropical trip, and you never have. So the last minute when I was coming down here, I was like looking through it. I had this memory of being like at Borders bookstore. Do you guys remember Borders back in the day? And Barnes & Noble has this too today, but it was like beach reads, and they would have like a table, and it would be like 30 books you had never heard of. And I would always find books there for trips and stuff like that. It is so muggy outside, you guys. It feels good. But it's really interesting that it's like cooler here, and it's super, super muggy. But anyway, and as you can see, we have a swim up room. We've already gotten in it today. It was really fun. And then over there you can see we have the hammocks. That's my swimsuit hanging up there. So anyway, yeah, so I brought, okay, so last night, so I brought that book down here with me. So I brought on this trip, I packed heavily on the books, the lotion, the shampoo, the sunscreen, the full body deodorants, the colognes, and less on the shoes and the shoes and clothes. I was like, just bring the stuff you know you're gonna wear. I'm always like, oh, I might wear this outfit, and then the outfit sits in the bag and I never wear it. I'm like, I'm not doing this time. Tanya and I were talking about it last night. She's like, I am the worst packer. I said, Tanya, I am such a bad packer. Like, I always think I'm gonna wear all these outrageous outfits, and I bring them, they sit in the suitcase the entire time. Alex and I, we were like, we were talking to this guy, and he was like, that's from around here, and he was telling us like some clubs to go to, like in Tulum and Playa del Carmen, and he was like, you need to go to this. He was telling us about this one club and blah 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 that has like these great DJs and stuff. And I was like, can you wear shorts to this club? The camera stopped. I was like, can you wear shorts to this club? And the guy was like, oh no, you have to wear like jeans or pants, but you can wear sneakers or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna have to buy a pair of jeans if you want to go, because I did not bring any jeans down here. I didn't think we were doing all that this trip. I didn't think we were doing all that this trip. So we were down here exactly a year ago for Alex's birthday. Jesse and Fufu were here. They weren't, now they have a baby, which is so crazy. We have a nephew. And then our friends Demi and Frankie were here, and they had just gotten engaged. And then Alex's friend and her boyfriend were here as well. They just got back from Italy. So, yeah. They're all like texting us today, like, oh my God, it was a year ago we were there. So this trip, I'm really kind of like, especially like Alex will get up and like, he'll do like a couple hours of work. I mean, this is like where I just feel so blessed to like be able to even call YouTube a job. First of all, I get to get up every single day and just do something that I love. Come up with like fun, I mean, who gets to watch like, I did this reaction today to Trainwreck Poop Cruise on Netflix. It's like, who gets to watch like a Netflix about the poop cruise and react to it, and people want to watch? I mean, it's so fun, you know? And so, so anyway, and then I can like, if you call it work, like film a video from the room. I mean, I joked back in the day about like, oh, drama always pops off when I'm on vacation. I love it. You know, I love it, even just like run up to the room, and Alex is always like, if you want to go back to the room, you know, whatever. But like usually on vacation, he'll get up and we'll go have like, I don't usually do breakfast, and neither does he, but we'll go get like a cup of coffee or something like that. And then he'll come back and he's turning off the lights because I think he's going to sleep. He will like, he'll do like 2 or 3 hours of work. Well, he'll get up and do like an hour or 2 of work, and then I'll get up and then we'll go get coffee together, and then he'll come back, and then I'll film a video while he goes down and like gets the chairs to the beach or the pool and stuff, and then I upload it while I'm gone. What a dream job. And that's because you guys watch my videos. I say this a lot in my cameos, I want to say it again over here. None of this would be possible if nobody was watching my videos. I don't really think people understand how grateful I am for that. Like, I know that like my ability to have this as a job and be able to work online, and I just said this the other day in my video, but like to work from home, I mean, I don't drive, so I don't have to worry about like transportation to and from a job, and I can make my own schedule. I can get up whenever I want, blah, 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 you know? And I know I have a weird schedule, and that's your fault because you watch my videos. So no, I'm joking. But you know, all of that is possible, and it's like, to be able to go on vacation and then, like, this is where people are always like, well, don't film while you're on vacation. So this time I'm planning not to. This time I'm planning not to film a whole lot and just, like, I want to read a lot. I want to listen to a lot of audiobooks. I actually finished the S.A. Cosby book today on the plane. I finished Razor Blade Tears. I gave it 5 stars. It like built and built and built. It got better and better and better. And now I'm listening to The Ghostwriter. It just came out by Julie somebody. But anyway, I mean, it's just, so this trip I'm planning on just like reading a lot, listening to a lot of audiobooks. He and I doing a lot of stuff together. But like, that's just kind of like laying about by the pool and ordering food, you know, and like talking to each other and stuff like that. Lots of naps, lots of relaxation, kind of hitting the reset button a little bit. One of the things that we're doing down here is like, we want to kind of talk about, we do this a lot on trips, but this trip specifically, we've talked about doing it like, where are we? Like, where do we want to be a year from now, 5 years from now? So when we go back, like working on those goals. Not just like me on YouTube, him with his job, but like us as a couple. Like, what trips do we want to take? Where do we want to go next? Like, what are some of our, I mean, we come down to Mexico a lot. We love Mexico, but like, where are other places we want to go? What's the next trips we want to plan? Stuff like that. And then I also, like, he's taking a look at some of like his career stuff and what he wants to change and do differently and stuff. Not necessarily change, but like, where would he like to be like 5 years from now? And I want to look at like all of my channels and kind of like, what can I do? Now, this won't be changing, the vlog channel over here, but like on my drama channel, what can I do that's new over there? How can I make it a little bit more refreshing? You know, can I maybe do like 1 true crime a week and do it on like Tuesdays, or not like huge changes, like my Peterisms videos. Like, I always say I'm gonna film outside and I never do. Like, actually going and walking in the woods and going and sitting in the woods and just reading meditations. Like, I'm thinking about doing that this summer, just changing little things. So I want to kind of think about that. I want to talk about some shows that I want to binge watch this summer so that I can start watching them when the seasons come back next year from my Peter Watches TV channel. Just little stuff, but I really just want to whenever I go on vacation, and this is what I've noticed recently, I'm not somebody that, like, I hear a lot of people talking about burnout, like, as influencers. I don't really like the word influencer anyway. I've been sitting so much today that my lower back has been hurting, and it hasn't hurt in so long. But anyway, I don't know, you know, like, I get now, I've talked to enough people that have been like, I have burnout, or I'm like burnout, or like, I just need a break, or whatever. Like, I've talked to enough people about that and their experiences at this point. I mean, like, enough people that are like not just doing what I do on YouTube, but they're on TikTok, whatever they do, you know, that I get it now. I didn't used to get it back in the day. I mean, I get burnout in any career, right? Even if it's a career that you love, you know, but I mean, like, if you're the coach of like a major athletic team or whatever, you know, even like getting into the finals is stressful. And so there's its own set of stress that comes with that. And if you say that as a coach, people are like, oh, like you're complaining and you're a coach of like an NFL team. Well, there's a certain amount of stress that goes along with that. If you're an actor, you know, that there's a certain level that you have to like match to whatever, you know. It's like, for me, there's certain stuff that I put on myself, but I don't really ever feel the burnout that other people feel. And I'll be honest with you, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I got started so late that, and not to say that other people, because I know a lot of people that had 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 8 to 10 jobs, 12-hour days that were like much harder than anything that I ever did. But I think that I never thought my life would look like this. I mean, I had a completely different plan for what my life would look like. And the fact that I get to go on vacation and film videos, that people reach out to me, that say the nicest things to me. I mean, today I've gotten messages, I was like, enjoy your, I just put a picture of Alex and I up at the airport that he had taken, and people were like, have the best vacation. You know, people are so nice. You guys are so nice. I don't know, it's just like, there's a certain amount of it to me that kind of feels like, I'm not saying I shouldn't take care of myself. I think in anything you do, your mental health should come number one, and I think that goes as far as influencers as well. I think the one thing that comes with like being online and living online, that, like, if anybody said they wanted to do this, that I would say to prepare yourself for is that you're opening yourself up to speculation, criticism, praise, a lot of praise, which that's hard sometimes, because when people are praising you for something, or I love this point of view or whatever, then it's like, oh, I have, you know, like, I hope I keep them happy. Or if people are disappointed in you, it's like, oh, well, you're disappointed over me about this or that or whatever, right? And I've just kind of gone on it. Like, I share, well, I mean, the things I don't share online are like medical things specifically until I know something about it, and things that have to do with my friends and family that are not mine to share online unless they give me approval to do that. And so I've even had friends of mine say, like, you can totally share this online, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to. Like, but anyway, and it's nothing speculative. It might be like a medical issue that one of my friends is going through, you know. And I mean, since I've been vlogging, I have had friends of mine that have had really serious stuff that's happened in their lives that I've never once mentioned on here, because I just don't think it's my place to tell that story, you know, and it's out of protectiveness from them. But I think with anything that you do, there's probably going to be, like, you have to make sure that you're constantly checking your mental health. I think for me recently with my walks, focusing on my peace and calm, like, where am I giving my energy? Like, this year feels so different to me on YouTube. It really does. Like, before, I felt like if you don't film 4 or 5 videos a day, you're a failure. I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like I'm blessed to have the people. I mean, I always felt like I was blessed to have the people that watch my videos, but I'm like, just film more videos tomorrow. It's just, don't beat yourself up about it, you know? So, I don't know. But it was interesting because I was talking about this, I think on my Peterson's channel, I was talking about, like, going into this, knowing that I'm like, take a lot of time to roll. I thought he was going to bed. He's on his phone, TikToks. Going into relaxing and whatever, it sounds like, oh, I'm so stressed out, so therefore I need that. I don't feel stressed out at all. I feel blessed. I'm too blessed to be stressed right now. And so it's like, I'm going into this relaxation period being relaxed. And I think for me, like, the last couple of trips I've noticed, like when I haven't filmed a lot on vacation, like when in January we went to Cancun, what I've noticed is, by the time that I get back, I am ready to sit in front of the camera and film like 10 videos a day. I'm so ready to get back. I'm so excited. It's hard at first to get back, but I'm so excited about it. So anyway, enough about that. So yeah, so this week I'm not going to be posting a whole lot. I mean, if drama stuff pops off, or if I feel like it's raining and I feel like making a video, I will. If I feel like doing a reaction, I will. My plan is to vlog most days. If I decide that I'm not going to vlog, I will put it up in the Vloggerinos group, and I'll put it on my community tab over here, and I'll just put, I'm not going to vlog today. So, I don't know, maybe twice or something while I'm down here, but I don't want you guys to, like, worry if my vlog doesn't get up till later. And I even appreciate your concern that you guys are just, I don't know, this is... So I was telling you guys about my friend. I mean, I was thinking back about that, like when he and I used to hang out back in the day. I mean, I met him when I was 18 years old. And I was thinking today about like, when I got his message, like friends of mine I've had through the years and whatever, like periods of my life. You know, it's interesting, like people ask me, and I know because I share the stories and whatever, but people ask me questions about like, well, when you worked in treatment, I'm like, that was 18 years ago. Like I started working in treatment when I was 22 and a half, when I was almost 23 years old. I'm 53 now. That was 30, was that 30 years ago? Yeah, it was 30 years ago. 30 years ago about right now, well, like a month before this, is when I started working in treatment. So I understand that it's interesting to people and it's intriguing, but like I haven't been there. I haven't been working in treatment since a year before Alex and I met and before my mom passed away. Like that, and my mom's been gone for 17 years, you know? So, I mean, it's been a really, really long time. And before that, I had a whole life, you know? Before I got sober, I had a whole life. I think online, because I talk so much about my sober stories and stuff, it reads very much like, well, that was like a year ago, you know? But it wasn't. It was 30 years ago. I mean, somebody just put up something about, like, are we going to do like a high school get together this year? Because I graduated in 90. 35 years ago, I graduated from high school, you know, like. So anyway, but this friend of mine reached out to me today about this video that I did about Austria and Duke and stuff like that. It was such a sweet message that he sent me. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. I didn't even know he watched my videos. Where's it at? Here he is. Oh, wait. Gotta go past all these text messages from before that. He said, your latest video is so fun. Coco, Austria, Duke. Such a good one, buddy. The good old days. And then he was like, P.S. Austria hasn't been in Nashville for years. I think she's back in Indianapolis. I said, oh my God, I didn't even know you watched my videos. Now I'm embarrassed. LOL, thank you. Yeah, the good days. And I said, seems like so many of us are gone now. So many people gone. It was definitely a different time. And he was like, I just started to watch them and they make me very happy. You are so yourself. It's refreshing and great. Good job, buddy. I said, oh, thanks. That actually means a lot. If you have any suggestions, let me know. He's like, not a single note. I love. He goes, the Pussy Control rap sent me, because we used to listen to Pussy Control back in the day. He was like, I know every word too still. And he was like, this really meant a lot to me coming from somebody that I've been friends with since I was 18 years old. That like knows me, you know what I mean? And he was like, it's a very specific gift to be able to be yourself and have it be interesting and funny and have people love it. And you talking about the sober stuff probably helped so many people you don't even know. Good on you, buddy. Which, I don't, to be honest with you, when I talk about the sober stories, I don't really think about that much anymore. I mean, people reach out to me all the time and are like, your story helped me so much, blah, 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 whatever. The one thing I don't do, and I just want to make this real clear because I get a lot of these DMs from people, if people reach out to me and specifically say something like, especially if it's like serious stuff, I won't respond. They want like advice on like, I'm talking about like serious life issues. Like there's doctors or I am not that. Like that's who you need to be consulting for, not somebody you see online in a direct message. Like that's, if that makes sense. So anyway, I said, thanks so much. What's his name? It took me a while to feel comfortable on camera, but I've been doing it for so long now, it's just liberating, I guess. And he said, even if it's wrapped in silliness and fun, you are lifting people up and making them feel less alone, and that's important. I get it. Like that's a huge compliment coming from one of my friends from way back in the day. Anyway, he's still cute too. He and his husband have been together about as long as Alex and I have. I actually remember, it was the last time that I went to Pride Day in Indianapolis because he lives in Nashville, and so, not Indiana, Nashville, Tennessee. And so he was just like up here visiting his family, and he happened just to stop at Pride Day, and we were leaving, and he was coming in, and Alex had never met him, and I introduced him to Alex and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like I said, we have known each other since we were, I mean, I met him at Tomorrow's bar. I'll never forget when I met him because we used to all carry people's dragon and stuff like that. And he was dating this other guy. The other guy was real cute too. I had a crush on him. I had a crush on all these guys back in the day. And I'll never forget, Samantha Sinclair was doing Melissa Etheridge and at Tomorrow's, which is just this little hole in the wall dive bar that we used to all go to because it was the easiest bar for all of us to get into before we were 21, carrying drag to the back room. But yeah, it's so weird. I don't know, like watching that Venus documentary and like Paris is Burning and stuff like that again and thinking about it, like really took me back. Like, I mean, like I lived that era. Like it's bizarre to me, you know? Like I saw this thing, oh, you guys know Matt Cullen. So Matt Cullen is like, he does these interviews with a lot of like pop culture people that are like LGBTQI+. I love his videos. He does fantastic videos. But he's been doing these Instagram stories, and the Instagram stories are like, did you know that there was a time when it was illegal to be gay? Did you? He's like, did you know? He doesn't do that. I'm doing it. He's such a nice guy. I love him. And I almost wanted to like, and he's with, his partner is Sloan. If you guys don't know, like the commentary channel, they make such a great couple. I just like, I don't know, they just compliment each other so well. I'm so happy for them. But he does these videos, these Instagram stories, right? And it's like, and I know, and I was thinking about it today. I was like, he's doing it for a generation that does not know these things, right? Like that's why it's important. He's doing it for a generation of younger people that did not know this. Yeah, my friend Duke that I just talked about that passed away, like when I was like 28, like he full on got fired for being gay. They looked at him and fired him for being gay. I mean, they said, you're, like, he worked this alarm company for like 2 years. They straight up looked at him and they said, you're fired. And Indiana was like a no fault state. And so he was like, what am I fired for? And they go, he's like, for being gay. And they're like, yeah, we're a Christian religious organization. I remember him calling me about that. I had friends of mine all the time that were fired back in the day for being gay, you know, and he was talking about sodomy laws. Sodomy laws, so I think it's really important what he's doing because he's educating people on new things, the AIDS crisis, and he's kind of like a younger, I think he's like in his mid-30s. I think, it's important what he's doing because he is educating people on, like, those are things that I grew up with and just knew. I didn't even need to watch a documentary to know most of those things because those stories were passed down to me. But he's doing it for a younger audience. And so it's a whole new audience that's being educated on it. Go check him out, Matt Cullen, Cullen, on Instagram is where he posts stuff, but he also has a YouTube channel. He interviews a lot of people from a lot of different communities. I think what he's doing is important. Oh my gosh, my back is hurting so bad. So anyway, last night, after I got done packing and everything like that, got the bags in the back of Alex's Jeep and whatever, Nikki and I talked, Tanya and I talked, called my sponsor, she and I talked forever, and so I'm like in my head thinking. So my sponsor had asked me if I wanted to go. There's like a, so you know I don't ever talk about like specific programs. I always just say 12-step programs. Well, there's a huge convention that's coming up at, if you know, you know, it's the beginning of next month. And my sponsor really wanted me to go to it, and I really kind of wanted to go to it, but these trips, like when she's going, like she's leaving like the day, like anyway, it's just, there's no way I can do it. So, so she was telling me about like who she's going with and stuff, and I was like, it's an international convention, you guys. I mean, it's gonna be people from all over the world. And I'm like so jealous of her. I mean, I'm very happy to be on this trip, but I'm like really, really jealous too. And Alex was even like, well, we can end our trip early. I'm like, I'm not going to come back and like go right on another trip like back. He's like, why not? I go, no, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, so we talked for a long time we talked for a long time last night. I'm really excited for her. Honestly, this vlog is going longer than I thought it would. So, and I'm like sweating bullets out here. So I'm not going to vlog every night this long, but tonight this will be a little bit longer. So anyway, so then I was like, I started watching that Totally Killer show on Prime the night before. Whoever left me said there were Fear Street movies on Prime. Can you comment again? I deleted your comment. I screenshot it, and then I deleted it because I thought I looked them up and put it on my list, but they're not over there. Can you let me know what the movies are on Prime? Any like cheesy comedy but also kind of scary horror movie I would love to watch because I'm like really into that right now. But anyway, so I finished Totally Killer last night. You guys, it was good. It was Girl with Sabrina Teenage Witch. It's on Prime. It's like an hour and a half. It's a cheesy concept. It's a time travel movie, like Back to the Future, but a horror movie. But it's really, really good, you guys. I really liked it. I really, really liked it. So anyway, I think about 2 o'clock I laid down. I had to get up at 3 o'clock to take a shower so we could leave about 3:30 from the house. So we did. Got to the airport, got through everything fine, and so on the plane I had like downloaded like, you know, a month's supply of movies and TV shows to watch, and I was like gonna watch all these shows, and I just was like, I'm finishing. I started it in the airport, and I was like, I'm gonna finish this S.A. Cosby book. So I finished that, and then I downloaded before we left, because I can't like download without Wi-Fi like on the plane, the Ghost Rider book, and so I started that, and I started listening to that. And then, on our way here, after our layover, we got in here at like 11:30 this morning, so, I mean, it was like a really pretty quick flight down here. I started watching on Apple Fountain of Youth. Okay, I would really, really recommend this movie. It's kind of, I mean, it kind of depends on what you consider a family movie, but it's very much like Raiders of the Lost Ark meets like funny, what are the Nicolas Cage movies? National Treasure. It's one of those. It's about this guy that's looking for the Fountain of Youth. And he's like, not an archaeologist, but his dad was like an archaeologist, and his sister is, oh, I just looked her up to tell Alex, but I can't remember what her name is. The girl from the piano or whatever. No. Anyway, it's on Apple and it's free and it's called Fountain of Youth. I really, really like it. The guy that's in it was in The Office, and he's been in a couple other things. He's hilarious. Very cute, too. Very good-looking guy. And I looked it up. I was kind of surprised. I said, Alex, he's like 3 or 4 years older than you. He's like, oh, I've watched him in a ton of stuff. Because I was telling Alex that he would really like it. So I haven't finished that yet. So when I get done with this one, I'm uploading that. I'm going to watch the last half of that. It's really good, Fountain of Youth, on Apple. So then we got here, and when we got here, I think like 10 planes landed at the same time. I mean, going through immigration, or going through like customs and immigration, was like, I mean, there was like 1 million people there. I don't know how. We got through faster than we've ever gotten through before. I was blown away. I could not believe it. So if you've ever been to like the Cancun airport before, there's like 2 sides. One, it's like you go and check in with the person, and the other side is where you just like go into this thing, you scan your passport, and you go into it, and it like does this thing, and then like either like green light or red lights you, and if it red lights you, then you have to meet with somebody, and if it green lights you, which it does like 99% of the time, then you just go through and it gives you a little paper. Well, that's usually what we do, and it's actually like, you'd think it sounds faster, but it's not. I always think to meet with somebody is going to be so much slower. So we're like literally like the 4th row back, and I was like, oh my God, I've got to go to the bathroom so bad. I drank so much coffee this morning. I did drink a lot of coffee today, and I was like, I've got to go to the bathroom so bad. And Alex is like, he's like, you should have gone to the bathroom before I got in line. I was like, I know, but I just didn't. I said I didn't know they were, because when you come in, they're like here or here, and they put us in that line where you have to like meet with somebody. Oh my God, we got through in like 5 minutes. I couldn't even believe it. Could not believe it. And then our bags came, so we got our bags, and we were literally out there and outside. It was so packed. The Cancun airport was so packed today. So I mean, we were at the airport, or we were at the resort. It takes about an hour and a half to get here. We were at the resort by like 1:30. So, and it was pouring down rain on the way here. And to be honest with you, I was kind of glad, because I was like, okay, this is a day to like, I unpacked all my stuff, which I don't usually do. Not my clothes, but everything else I unpacked. Books and everything like that. Got the charger set up. Then we went and had lunch. And I had onion rings with this chipotle mayonnaise. And then I had chips and guac and salsa, and so did Alex. And then he had street tacos. And then we came back and we walked down the beach. The beach is not good. And they told us that. They're like, the seaweed is bad. And it was really like, because it was raining, it was like storms today. So like, it was really like crashing waves and stuff like that. It was like red flag. They couldn't even go out on the beach. So he loves going to the beach. I love going to the beach. But I was like, if we have to do the pool, we're fine with the pool, you know, all week long. There's a beach club that we want to do in Playa del Carmen. We might do that one day while we're down here. It's like 45 minutes. This guy was telling us about. Miramar Beach or something like that. I don't know if anybody knows about it. But anyway, so then we came back here and we got in the water, and then we were talking to these women that like were staying like 3 rooms down for us, because like this is all connected. So this is like, all the rooms were connected into one big pool. I said, could you stay? This is how we started talking to them. They were like down there on these rafts. It's like, I don't know if you can see it, but here, I'll show you. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. So this is like our little area, but if you can see, well, I don't want to get in the water. Oh shit, it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna get in the water just to show you guys. Okay. So it's like 4 feet deep, see? There's a little staircase. So when you go down here, do you see? So it's like all this is like connected. And this property is so pretty at night. So we love this place because number one, it's adults only. There's been more and more gay like couples down here. Every time we come, we see more and more gay couples down here. But this water feels so good. It's like so warm on my feet. What was I gonna say? I don't want to drop this camera in the water, because then there will be absolutely no videos. Can we just talk about these little hammocks, how cute those are? What was I gonna say? Oh, that felt so refreshing. But one of the things that we love about this place is that it's so quiet here. I mean, it's like really, really quiet. But what I was gonna say that's funny about that is that when we got back to the room, I couldn't like, we were just like kind of like hanging out and stuff like that. And I go, well, let's just hang out because I can't film a vlog anyway. The music from upstairs was like, and I didn't walk out here to see, the music from upstairs was like, boom, boom, boom. Alex is like, there's no way for you to vlog because it's so loud outside. So anyway, so finally I was like, I'm gonna go outside and see. came out here, couldn't hear the music at all. So I don't know why you can hear it in there, but you can't hear it out here. But anyway, so we just had like we've had the best day. We have been laughing all day today. We have had, did I tell you that Alex's mom stopped by last night? So she stopped by to bring us birthday presents, and then we gave her birthday present. Because mine's birthday is the 29th, Alex's mom is the 30th. And then for his birthday, that day at brunch, she had left the birthday present, because she was with Carlitos and Sebastian. She had left Alex's birthday present at home, so she brought her birthday presents over. That's what I was saying. I like went in the kitchen, I looked, and I was like, whose car is in the driveway? And I hadn't been checking my phone because I was uploading videos on my phone. And I was like, and who is sitting on our front porch? I could just see like the back of their head. And it was like dark outside. And so I went over to look at my phone, and she had texted me. She was like, Peter and Alex, I'm here on our front porch. So I went out there. I was like, what are you doing here? She was like, I just texted you. I was like, how long have you been here? And she was like, 2 minutes. So she came in. It was really good to see Alex's mom last night. So she's one of the texts I make. And then like Tanya, my sponsor, Nikki, Mel, Caroline, like 2 of my other sober friends, I always text when I land. It's really nice that people even like, you know, that care that I'm okay. But anyway, so yeah, today's been really, really nice. And I even brought my tripod. Oh, here's my tripod. You guys want to see? This is the treadmill that always falls. See, this is why it falls. You see, this is how you lock it into place. But you see it doesn't lock into place, okay? This is brand new. So anyway, but I do love this. This is the Sunpack tripod. See, it travels so easy. And then look. But what happens is when I'm filming, all of a sudden, like one of these will just go like this. That's what I talk about when I'm talking about the tripod falling, the treadmill falling. So tomorrow if we get up, it's actually, the sky's pretty clear right now. It's supposed to be like full on rain for the next 2 days. If it does, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to walk for like an hour and a half. I'm not going to try to do 2 hours down here, like an hour and a half, lift some weights, probably go eat breakfast. I probably will do that. And then come back here and then, I don't know, read. We'll probably go to the pool anyway, even if it just rains, and just sit up there and read and listen to, I want to listen to like an audiobook every other day while I'm up here. Watch shows, romantical nights. We had such a nice little romantic dinner date tonight. So tonight we laid down, we took a nap, and we closed like the blackout blinds and stuff like that, and it was so dark in the room, and the fan was perfect, and it was so cool inside. We fell out like that. I set my alarm for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I think, to take a nap. And Alex at first wasn't going to take a nap. He was like out here, and then he came in and he goes, I think I'm going to take a nap. I had the TV on. I was watching CSI, I don't know, one of the other cities. I don't watch that show. I should probably, shouldn't I? But anyway, it just was comforting, and I had it on in the background. So he came inside, and then I turned the TV off. I was like, are you going to take a nap? He's like, I'm so tired. The alarm went off. And so we had dinner reservations tonight at 8. I think we're going to move him up, because tonight he's like, this was kind of early for us for dinner at 8. We were out here in the pool, and there were people like at 4:30 that were walking to dinner. I said, Alex, they're going to dinner. It is 4:30. He goes, a lot of people do that on vacation. I go, Alex, we will never be those people. Never. So anyway, I know my schedule is so crazy. But anyway, so we got up. So our dinner reservations were at 8. We got up at like 7:25, both of us, and like jumped in the shower and all this kind of stuff. And then we went to the Italian restaurant tonight, and he had a caprese salad, and then he had mozzarella, this mozzarella like big, it's not like a stick, it's like a potato cake kind of thing. And then he had lasagna, and he said it was all delicious. And then we also got like, they bring like 5 different kinds of bread with like oil and vinegar and butter and stuff like that. It's so good. And then I had 2 espressos and part of a Diet Pepsi. I wasn't really into Diet Pepsi. A lot of water. And then I got this pear salad that was like pears. I don't love arugula, but it had arugula in it. It had like full cut pears, and then it had ricotta cheese, and it had like this caramel vinaigrette dressing on it. I don't know how to explain it. It sounds gross, but it was so good. It was a really big salad. And then I got the vegetarian risotto, which was like, oh, so good. I had the guy come over because I said, this is going to make me sound so stupid. It had like cherry tomatoes, and it had like broccoli and stuff in it that was like sauteed first and then put in this. And so there was like these pieces that looked like chicken, and they tasted so good. And so the guy came over, he's like, is there something wrong with your food? I go, no, I just wanted to check with you. I was like, this is the vegetarian risotto, right? He was like, yeah. And I go, is this a mushroom? He was like, yeah, those are the shiitake mushrooms. It's like these shiitake mushrooms that they put in it. They're like this. Anyway, it was so good, you guys. I ate it all. I'm like so full. They're like, do you want dessert? I was like, maybe. We didn't have dessert. But anyway, and then usually we like go and hang out at the little bar afterwards and talk to people. I was like, let's just go back to the room and have some you and me time. And let's get a good night's sleep and relax. I'll get the vlog done and stuff. So it has been such a wonderful day today. And I know because somebody's going to say it if I... Oh my God, did I make it to an hour already? I know if I don't say it, somebody's going to say it. I miss the... I'm really happy to be on vacation, but I miss the front porch too. I was telling Nikki and Tanya this last night. It's so weird. I think this is part of like... I think like the list making and the wanting to pre-film all these videos and do all this kind of stuff is kind of a little bit of like an OCD reaction. Probably something I should talk to my therapist about because I don't know. I think it's kind of like an OCD reaction to maybe like how I feel before I go on vacation. As much as I'm really excited to go, like there's also an anxiety that comes with it. And oh, that was one thing. Tonight when I woke up from my nap in here, I don't know, I think it's because I slept so deep, but I woke up and I literally felt like I was coming out of my skin. Like I mean, it was like the worst it's been in like 3 or 4 weeks, which if you remember last time we went on vacation, the last 2 times, I didn't hardly have anxiety at all. It was so bad tonight. So I don't know, I'm hoping it's just because I slept so deep. Like I was like deep sleep. But anyway, there's always a lot of anxiety that goes on to it. But I was trying to explain this to Tanya and Nikki that it's almost like, okay, I feel like my social anxiety is getting, like, maybe in some ways, it maybe not worse, but I think it's changing. Like, it used to be a lot about, this is on my next thing I'm talking to my therapist about when we get back. It used to be about people. Like, I had a really hard time, like, talking to people. I don't really have that problem anymore. Like, at the pool with, like, new neighbors. I think YouTube has really, really helped me with that. But I'm finding more and more and more that I don't really want to go places. And I don't know if anybody relates to this. And like whenever I tell people about it, they're like, you're isolating. It doesn't feel like I'm isolating. Like, it's not like I like want to shut myself in and not talk to people. I still love to talk to people on the phone. I love to text people. I love, you know, whatever. See people at the pool, see people in my neighborhood. I don't really like to leave my front porch, like leave my neighborhood. Like I feel very safe there. I don't know if it's a safety thing. Not my front porch, but my neighborhood. Like I was saying last night, I was like, it's not like fear-based because this can sound so corny, I'm just so in love with my life. Like, you know, Alex and I spend some time together every night and kisses me goodbye in the morning. I get up, I film some videos, I go to the pool. You know, like, come back, film the bird feeders, film my vlog, talk to friends on the phone, watch TV shows, and read every night. Like, I would be completely content doing that for the rest of my life. So I love to travel, but when I do, and I think that's part of why, like, I prepare everything for when I come home. It's, like, really nice to walk back into. When I'm on vacation, like, once I get here, oh, I'm fine. Like, wherever we are. I'm like, oh, baby, I'm so happy we are on vacation. But the day before, I'm always kind of like, I don't want to leave. Like, I just feel very, like, safe and secure. And I feel like my social anxiety is changing as far as it's not, like, really with people anymore. Like, it's not like agoraphobia, and it's not like, somebody just texted me. It's not like agoraphobia. It's not like fear of leaving the house. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I'll walk miles away. I'll go to the pool. I go places with Caroline. But even when I'm with Caroline, like, she can tell. Like, last night, or yesterday, I think she was kind of surprised that I stayed with her as long as I did. Because she usually, like, about 2 hours in, she's like, you're ready to get home, aren't you? Tanya said that to me, too. Tanya's like, she can tell there's, like, a limit with me. But that didn't used to be the case. Where I'm just kind of like, I'm ready to get home. I even feel like that when we're with family and stuff like that. Like, I'm kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go, you know? I don't know. It's not so much about people anymore. I don't really have a problem with people. I don't know if it's what I'm making sense at all. I don't know. This is where my therapist is good. You guys want to know how therapy works for me. So, like, I'll explain this to him, and then he'll put words to it in a way that I can't explain it or define it. That totally makes sense to me. I'm like, yes, it's exactly what I'm saying. So he makes sense out of, like, my rambling, if that makes sense. That's how it's helpful to me. Like a sounding board. I don't know. Like, I'm not afraid to leave the house. Like, I'm so excited. We got here. Like, as soon as we got to the airport, I was like, I am ready to be on vacation. I've been so ready for this vacation for, like, 3 weeks. I was like, I cannot wait to just sit by the pool, order Diet Pepsis. They don't have Diet Coke down here. Order Diet Pepsis. That's fine for the trip. Take lots of naps with Alex, have romantical dinners, read a lot of books, watch a lot of shows, just relax. I've been so excited about this. It's basically my life at home, but here on vacation. And so I've been so excited about it. And then it's like the night before, and I almost kind of like, I mean, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, if you forget something, you just get it when you're there. I don't really worry about that. You know, I mean, obviously you need your passport and stuff like that and money, but other than that, I don't know. I just like, it's always like the day before. It's every trip I take, and it's been for a long time. Like, well, I'd say the last 2 or 3 years, probably since the accident, that I felt that way. I'm just kind of like, and I think this was really hard too. Alex and I were actually talking about this. This is only the second trip we've taken since Boo's passed away. So, right? Yeah. And so, no, third trip, because we went in January. It's still hard for me, and I know, like, this is the other thing. Like, I said this in my other videos, like, when we get back from this trip, like, this is something I've known for a while. When we get back from this trip, like, I'm fully looking, I mean, I haven't really been taking a lot of, like, the dog rescues that people have been sending me. I mean, if I saw something that I absolutely wanted, I would have gotten it by now. But I haven't, like, Alex is really encouraging of it. He's like, babe, you need to get a dog. He's like, I'm starting to get worried that you're never going to get a dog again. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you, like, emotionally. He's like, no, I'm fine. He was like, I will fall in love with whatever dog you get. It will be your dog. It will end up being my dog. I will love the dog. He was like, you know, you need to get a dog. He was like, you are alone here all day long. He was like, I'm starting to worry about you a little bit because I am, like, I talked about this like a couple weeks ago. I'm worried that I'm going to get to the point where I don't ever want to get another dog because I'm like, well, is this dog going to be like Boo, or is this dog going to be like Tucker, or are they going to have the same personality? It's like, I was telling him about that tonight. He's like, babe, whatever dog you get is going to have a personality. It's not going to be Boo, it's not going to be Tucker, it's not going to be PB, it's going to be specific to that dog. And I was like, I know, but I want to have that kind of relationship that I have with them. He goes, you're going to have that relationship with whatever dog you get next, or dogs, because I've talked about getting multiple dogs. And so he's really, really pushing me. So I was like, okay, and Caroline really is too, and Tanya, and everybody in my life is like, you need to get a dog. If the dog had come along so far, I've said this in so many vlogs, that I felt like I'm supposed to have that dog, I would have gotten it by now. It hasn't happened. It's happened with one dog, and the dog was already adopted out by the time Caroline and I got to it. And it was like a 5-year-old, like miniature poodle mix. And he just was like the sweetest thing in the entire world. I was like, anyway. But yeah, so when I get back, like, people send me stuff all the time from all over the country. And I mean, I would be willing to get, at first I was kind of like, no, it's got to be local, but I would be willing to, like, Tanya's like, we'll fly somewhere, get you a dog, or we'll road trip somewhere if we have to. So whatever, I don't know. I'm like, but when I get back, I'm like starting to look. That doesn't mean, like, I think I said this in one of my videos. I know as soon as I say this, there'll be people that are like, oh, they already got a dog. They've already got the plan, the dog. We have no plans. This might happen the week I get back. This might happen next March or January. It's when the dog comes along. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't really want to train a dog during the winter, but I'm not opposed to it either. I will do it if I have to. So it's just going to be the dog that I feel like. I'm such a believer. I feel like I will just see the picture and read the little thing, and I'll be like, this is the dog I'm supposed to have. And then if everything works out after that, like it's not adopted out by the time that I call or see it or whatever, then I'll be like, yeah, this is supposed to happen. That's kind of how I feel like. If that happens in July, it happens in July. If it happens in October, it happens in October. If it we have, like, right now, we have, like, no trips, like, confirmed. Do we? We have one tentative one, but no trips confirmed. So I'm like, that's really the only thing. So I'm really excited about that when we get back. But right now, just relaxing and stuff. I love you guys for always just, like, hanging out with me and listening to all my rambles and stuff like that. Like, this is where I go in my head right there. I was like, because I was talking earlier in here about like if you had shown me my life today 20 years ago and been like, well, what is your job? Which it never even feels like a job. I don't like saying that because it doesn't feel like that, but when people ask me what do I do, I say I make YouTube videos. I mean, what do you say? That's what I do, you know? But it doesn't feel like a job at all. You know, my dad used to say, do what you love and the money will follow, and if the money doesn't follow, at least you are doing something that you love, but then you have something else that you have to pay, that you pay the bills with. I don't know. If you told me 20 years ago that I'm going to get up every single day and do something that I absolutely love and get to travel with my husband and take time off when I need to and film when I want to. I mean, I could film every day that we're down here, or I could film none at all, you know? And I know that you guys would be supportive of that, and that's magical. like to have that kind of support. And my prayers every single night, just so you know, I think I've shared this before, but I go through like my gratitude list that I do every night, which always starts with my relationship with my higher power. The first thing I say I'm grateful for is another day to be alive. Then my life, my health, my sobriety, and then, but before all that I say, well, another day to be alive, then my higher power. But when I do my gratitude list, I always in there talk about like being able to do this on YouTube, that people are watching my videos, the kindness and the love and support that I get from people. It's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. And you guys are so nice. And so I hope that you'll enjoy the vacation vlogs. I will be back soon enough to the front patio. I know there's some people that are like, I only like the front patio vlogs. Do you know, it's so weird when I thought about like during the lockdown. A lot of people found me during the lockdown because that's when I was just like vlogging from the driveway. And I thought, I can remember at the time thinking, there is no way that people are gonna just sit and watch me sitting here talking. And now it's like I'm on the front porch. And then people are like, I only like you when you're on the front. I love vlogging from the front porch. That is like one of my favorite hour and a halves of every single day. At the end of the day, this is from Rhonda Byrne's magic book that I did years ago. The battery just went to the halfway mark, so I gotta get this off. But when it's like, hold your magic rock, that you pick some rock that means something to you and go through like your favorite moments of the day and pick the one that means the most. The vlog is always so much fun for me because I get to relive my whole day and think about all the good things that happened today. And today was a great day. Today was such a good day. We're on vacation, day one. It's been a fantastic day. It's been all day with my honey. Finished a book, had a romantic date, got to vlog with you guys and talk to you guys, made it here safely. Everything is good today. I'm grateful for today, and I'm grateful for you guys. And I will be vlogging over here every day. If I don't, I will let you guys know in advance that I'm not going to vlog. It'll be if we get back late from dinner or something like that. So anyway, and I did post videos today on all of my other channels. So, and I don't know when I'll be posting over there next. I mean, it might be tomorrow, or it might be, 2 days from now, or it might be not until I get back. I just don't know. But over here, I'll be posting regularly. So thank you guys so much for just giving me the time of my life. I mean, honestly, giving me just this a magical life that I have. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys watching my videos, none of this would be possible. And that's the truth. And I'm forever grateful for it. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I hope you have a fantastic beginning to your Friday and a fantastic beginning to your weekend. And of course, if nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Happy birthday. Lena, me, in 2 days. Bye. Love you.